Good morning. It is 4:30 in the morning on Cuba Day. Got my bags packed, got a little bit of a cold. Let's see how this goes.
I was not about to have a repeat of Ukraine where I missed my flight, so I left with plenty of time to spare.
Have a good time. Thanks.
Getting the necessary documents for Cuba was easier than I expected. You can get a legit Cuban visa online and shipped to you for $85. All you have to do is pledge not to support state-run businesses while you're there.
Alright, Cuba's a little weird, so I'm gonna go up and talk to customer assistants just to make sure they get all my ducks in a row.
This pledge to, quote, support the Cuban people was reflected on each form we filled out, including our airline tickets.
So I'm flying to Cuba?
You too?
Support of the Cuban people. Great. Thank you very much. I'm here at the gate 2 hours early. What do you say we find some breakfast? D42. Alright. I have 2 goals. 3 really. Find my gate. See if there's anything I need to do special for Cuba. I might need to go to a kiosk or something, or show my documents to an attendant somewhere. And then I need to find Joey. Okay, found the kiosk, talked to the lady who gave me some sweet papers to fill out, but that was pretty easy. She just stamped my boarding pass and showed my visa, and everything seems to be good. Apparently you need health insurance to be in Cuba, but they don't accept American companies. But when I bought my ticket from American Airlines, Cuba approved health insurance came with the ticket. So if I ever need to go to the hospital, I show my boarding pass. All right. Look who it is. Hi, Joe.
Final boarding call, final boarding call.
Cuba time.
Cuba time.
I feel very unprepared for this.
Me too.
Probably shouldn't be saying that.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like this black hole.
I feel okay just traveling there, which is weird.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a weird thing in our lifetime. Cuba has always been this kind of place you just couldn't go to for so long. And then just being able to all right, here's your boarding pass.
Yeah, show your info, and then you're good.
Yeah.
It actually seems easier than Brazil was.
Yeah, much easier.
And there's a system in place.
Yeah.
You gotta jump through some hoops, but at least it's clear what you have to do.
Yeah, it's very clear, and it's not ambiguous in how you're getting there or what you're doing.
Seems all right.
I think day one will be a little bit rocky for us, but we'll we'll get it after that.
In a testament to the changing nature of Cuba-US relations, Joey and I flew to Havana through Miami on American Airlines. It was a short flight, but Joey caught some Z's.
Having places to stay here in the Havana area or wherever your final destination.
Welcome to Cuba, Joey.
When we landed, our guides Alfredo and Carolina were waiting for us.
Hey! How are you? Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Joey. Hi, Joey.
They then showed us to our taxi. As it turns out, all those stories about the prevalence of old cars in Havana are totally true. The soundtrack from our driver's store of music videos blared anachronistically from the speakers of this 48 Dodge. Our guides dropped us off at our Airbnb, which, by the way, totally works in Cuba, where we met the apartment's owner, Tanya. The Venn diagram of Tanya's decent English and our terrible Spanish was enough to get acquainted with the place. Joey and I grabbed some celebratory beers from the fridge, shot a dispatch video, and then crashed.
Cheers. Cheers. Or whatever that is in Spanish.
As it turned out, Tanya's B&B was actually a B&B. Considering our busy days, having breakfast taken care of was a godsend.
Cuban condiments, Joey.
Yeah. I recognize... Actually, I don't recognize any of these, but this bottle makes me think of hot sauce. Salsa botanera? Ketchup, which they were calling ketchup. Salsa mostaza. Salsa mostaza tastes like mustard. I've already committed to that one.
Yeah, all right. I'm gonna try the hot sauce. My eggs here.
Yeah, it's like a tapatio or a Cholula.
Right. Cholula.
Yeah. Look at this spread. We got eggs, tomatoes, fruit, bread, meat and cheese, coffee. Yeah. For like $12 for all this. Wow. We had a number of interviews lined up, primarily with folks connected to SNET, Havana's underground computer network, and the sports scene in the city. But in addition to all our appointments, we wanted to learn about the place, as much to educate ourselves as to provide B-roll coverage for the feature videos. After all, the more we learned about the place, the more informed the content of those videos would be.
You okay, man? Yeah.
We started with the Colón Cemetery. Like most things in Cuba, the place has a connection to the state. Many important heroes of the revolution are buried here. Carolina led us around while Alfredo declined to enter due to a religious conflict. Despite communism's historical beef with religion, we were told that people in Cuba are free to make their own religious choices. We have bigger things to worry about, is the refrain. The Plaza de la Revolución is a square often used for political rallies and the like. Adjacent are government buildings adorned with depictions of revolutionaries Che Guevara and Camilo Cienfuegos. Also nearby is the tower to José Martí, which offers a fantastic view of the city, as long as you're not claustrophobic. At the base of the tower is a museum where some school children had gathered. Later, we were introduced to a phenomenon that was decidedly Cuban. There are two lines for this ice cream shop, one for each currency that Cuba uses. Ice cream paid for in CUC, the currency tourists are allowed to use, cost the equivalent of $1.25. But nobody was in that line. Ice cream paid for in CUP, the local currency, cost 4 cents. That line was 2 hours long. In an interesting capitalistic twist, you can pay for someone to wait in line for you. As one Cuban told us, here, everything is a business. The line between government and private enterprise is frequently blurred. We encountered one good example in Vinales, a 2.5-hour car ride from Havana. According to UNESCO, about 92% of the property in tobacco-rich Vinales is owned by private citizens, 30% of that by farmers. Joel Castillo works at a tobacco farm called Casa Manolo and explained the relationship they have with the state.
It's obligatory for us to sell 90% of the leaves to the government factories. The 10% remains here to make our cigars.
Joel then showed us how to make a cigar, first by removing the central veins from 4 leaves. He then let his obviously experienced hands do the work.
To balance the cigar inside, 3 parts. We have filler, binder, and the rope. All of them have made it, look. Combustion leaf. Outside leaf, beauty of the cigars. Finish.
Wow.
Cuban cigar have made it, no machines, and the most percent of nicotine out. Take a look.
That took you a minute less?
Do you want to test one?
Yes.
Yes? Che Guevara was a doctor but was asthmatic and smoked cigar with honey. So we dip it in honey to smoke it.
So you snip it, you dip the
honey
part that goes in your mouth in the honey. Okay.
Intense, intense? Good. Good, very good.
I like it with the honey.
Yes, you never tasted it before with honey?
No.
And with cognac? Armagnac? Taste it, it's good. Dip it and drink it both. One for your friend, no?
Yes.
One for you? Good.
It's very smooth.
Yeah,
It's very easy to smoke.
because it's handmade. It.
Yeah.
Feel it after fermentation process.
Oh wow, it's like
Leather,
leather or like
rope.
parachute silk or something. Very thin. Patron Clay A. Binkley says, Cuba is good. Smoke a cigar. Turn green. Do it for the memes.
Now you are in Cuba.
It's for you, Clay.
Unbeknownst to us, this was more than just talking about cigars. The farm is practically a theme park, and soon Joey and I were helped onto some horses to get to the next attraction. My horse was named Mojito. Joey's was Cuba Libre. The distinctive red earth Vinales sits on is apparently great for growing tobacco as well as coffee.
Those are examples of coffee plants.
Okay.
In Cuba, we have 3 types of them: Arabic, Crystal Mountain, and Robusta. So we put it here in this instrument, that in Spanish we call it pilon.
Pilon.
Yeah, in English we may say that it's a smasher.
Okay. Smash to take off the shells. Then you roast it, and then you smash again to make a powder.
Yeah. In Cuba, there is a dance similar that is named as well as this instrument. It's named pilon. Do you want to know how to do it?
Yes.
1, 2, 3, pilon. 1, 2, 3, pilon. Pilon.
Back in Havana, Carolina gave us a closer look at the city's historical center. Despite the impression we had that Cuba is and has been an isolated time capsule free of global influence, Old Town Havana was pretty darn touristy. We packed into one of Hemingway's favorite bars, La Bodeguita del Medio, for a mojito. We found a museum with a connect in it.
Flamenco.
We entered a building containing a camera obscura, which was actually super cool. We took a tour of a rum factory, which featured this sweet train set for some reason. Next door, we tried a local concoction.
Patron Metal Snake Zero wants to know, how's the food? Cuban rum, quite good, but I've never had it in coffee before, so here we go. Wow. it's strong. It's like drinking gasoline or something, but not unpleasant. I actually really like it. I think good for this time of day, like a noon 30. All right, chicharrones, fried pork skin. That's really good. That is. It's just bready, and it's like fried bacon. That's really, really good.
Finally, we visited a market inside a large building that was full of tchotchkes.
Domino's.
As with the rest of Cuba's not quite total communism, there were some quirks to how things operated here.
This is my business. The building is a state and pay the tax one time in a month. Cuba.
As Joey and I left our last stop exhausted, we hopped into a car and banged both our legs on the same exposed bolt. There's a roughness to Cuba that, while not always comfortable, gives the place its charm. The people here have learned to make the best of it, owing to their ingenuity, positive attitudes, and generosity. Not everything we planned in Cuba panned out, but we did learn a lot. That Cuba is a fascinating place with warm people who are more and more getting to share their gifts with the rest of the world.